In this episode, we'll talk to some of the key people behind Nitro and do a deep dive into the company with some of their core team. First, we'll talk to Kin Wai, chairman at iCandy Interactive and Nitro's director. Hey Kin Wai, so what sparked the idea of Nitro in the first place?
For me, it was really about participation from the start, especially when it comes to individuals. Video games are a big part of the internet economy. Imagine it's $100 billion industry, but as an ordinary person, I cannot access the economy. I have no way to participate. Sure, I can buy stocks in public companies, but it's difficult for an average person from outside established markets to participate. Also, through our work with iCandy Group, we realized that studios pay a large amount of money to ad networks to advertise their games. While we would rather return more value to our players and work with them to make the game better, we wanted a means for players of our games to also participate in this side of the economy, so players gain directly from playing the games that they care about. So if we look at the concept of participation all around, people should be able to participate more, both in the larger video game economy and in the process of connecting directly with the game developers.
Gerald, I believe you have something to share about the participation portion as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. For me, it really is about connecting people with game developers. Game developers outside of countries with more established funding infrastructure are really lacking in terms of access to capital to develop their content. The capital does tend to be more concentrated in Western countries, mainly the US, and it's also concentrated towards larger entities than promising smaller ones. Developers outside of those territories with great ideas and concepts currently find fundraising for their projects a huge challenge. Sure, we've got crowdfunding options like Kickstarter, but these have traditionally appealed more to a very specific type of game and also very specific audiences. Participation in this sense really means connecting game developers with options to fund their project, while enabling people to have a choice in terms of the games that are funded.
So it sounds like you all believe strongly in the participation as a key part of the model?
Yes, we do, and you'll see that participation features strongly in Nitro's model. We enable people to vote on games to be funded. We also enable game developers to connect directly with players and provide incentives via smart contracts, so the value gets delivered directly to them instead of an intermediary. Perhaps now is the perfect time to talk about the connect portion with Jason.
If you look at blockchain and some of the recent platform developments, including Ethereum, we now have a powerful means of connecting different parties without any intermediary and enabling transaction data to be completely transparent. What this means is that we're now able to do things like ensure players truly own the virtual goods that they've purchased, settle peer-to-peer transactions directly between a developer and players, enable players to establish their own tournaments with rewards being resolved automatically, and all the activity that I've described being recorded on the public ledger. If we tie all that data back with the process for allocating funds to a game, we're now able to truly capture all of the data involved in the full life cycle of a game, which includes all of its participants. And there's a lot of value in that.
Wow, that does seem like a truly powerful piece. If I can connect that with the episode we did earlier in iCandy, iCandy now has over 23 million players within its network. So there does seem to have a lot of infrastructure that you can build upon.
Absolutely. We think that's how we can contribute to the ecosystem. We already have a lot of the infrastructure from iCandy. Now, it's about opening up that infrastructure to a much wider community using blockchain.
It seems like we've covered a lot in this episode already. We do have to be mindful of our audience as well. So if you're watching, I hope you've enjoyed the deep dive into Nitro. We've been trying to ease you in with previous episodes, but it was only a matter of time before we covered Nitro in depth, and I'm glad that we've had the opportunity to. Thanks to Kin Wai, Gerald, Jason, and Eddie for their contributions. We'll let Kin Wai wrap it up with a closing message.
At the heart of it, we are a game company. We want to empower you to participate in the video game economy. Stability is also very important when we look at the current market situation of cryptocurrencies. And we can provide that with the infrastructure that we are able to draw upon from the iCandy Group. Come join us if you'd like to be part of this revolution. Visit us at www.nitro.live.